Unhealthy food can seriously harm your health, leading to obesity, cardiovascular diseases, and other health problems. We all understand this, yet we often find it difficult to give up such foods. In this video, I'll help you in the process of avoiding unhealthy food and furthermore show you how to continue eating healthily and deliciously without depriving yourself of pleasure. To begin with, you need to understand how this process works in our bodies. Let's say you are eating a carrot. When you chew it, taste receptors send a specific signal to your brain. In response to this signal, your body activates neurotransmitters responsible for pleasure. This is how our bodies motivate us to eat, associating it with something enjoyable. However, when you consume different types of food, your body's response to their consumption changes accordingly. For example, when you eat pizza, your brain produces several times more neurotransmitters than when you eat a carrot. Your brain becomes accustomed to this pleasure, and as a result, the bar is raised. Next time, just a carrot won't be enough for it. So it turned out that if we were to eat carrot and never tried pizza, we'd be perfectly happy and not worry about anything. But what if we have already set a high bar for ourselves, having eaten unhealthy but tasty food for many years? The solution is simple like never before. Just don't eat unhealthy food. Like, isn't it obvious? But before you send me away, I want to explain to you that our brain tends to forget tastes, and after a certain time it will seem as though we never even tried that food. For example, I used to love eating chips as a child. I would have a bag of chips and soda almost every evening. It's been 7 years now since I've had any, and honestly, I don't live the thought that I'm restricting myself. Of course, it was incredibly difficult in the beginning, but after 2 or 3 months, the desire to eat chips began to fade along with the memory of their taste. The key is that I didn't trigger my brain and completely gave them up without taking a single bite. To prove that this method works, I will ask you to remember the taste of a chocolate bar you adored as a child, but which is no longer in production, or the taste of a breast milk, which you couldn't live without at some point. Do you constantly struggle with the thought that you can't consume them anymore? At first glance, it may seem that giving up delicious food deprives you of pleasure in life. In reality, this is not the case. To understand this, you need to realize that the negative consequences of indulging in tasty but harmful food are far more significant than the momentary pleasure it provides. Think about how many times you couldn't fit into your last year's jeans, how many times you preferred the elevator to the stairs just to avoid getting out of breath, how much self-confidence you lost, and how many nights you cried over excess weight. And all of this just because of the allure of junk food. Remember that beauty or handsome person you have been eyeing would already be your partner if you weren't for that extra weight preventing you from approaching them. I ask you to embrace one simple concept and to follow it throughout your entire life. Your body is like a car. If you want it to serve you well and last long, you need to fuel it with a good quality.